Again. Where's that dripping coming from? Where is that coming from? Can't see it. I have no idea. It's not coming from that. Oh, might be coming from the gloves. Yes. Okay. Q-tipping the boo-pipping. What does it look like a pubic here? Anyway, hey. Greetings, people that is not there, people that are not there. Hello, people that I am currently talking to, which is nobody. I am the nobody, and you are somebody. What a magician. What a magician you are. I wonder if people, if they ever come back to watch the beginning of these live streams, if they ever watch the entirety of it, and for about 5 or 10 minutes they'll just see me standing there talking to myself the entire time. That'll be hilarious. Maybe one day I will suddenly die, and then, hello, Tavleen. Maybe one day I will suddenly die, and then this will be a record. These live streams that I've been doing lately, maybe they will be a record of the proof of my existence. How are you? Good. Pondering something philosophical, I suppose. And how about you? Greetings, the other 4 people that have just recently come in. I assure you that what I was just spouting on before wasn't alluding to suicide or anything. I was just openly thinking to myself, that's all. How are we, people? Or person? Where are you from? If anybody there chooses to engage with me, maybe not, that's okay. I mean, I would prefer people to talk to me, but you know. I will try and make the live stream somewhat interesting, even if you guys don't. I don't know how that's even possible, but... nevertheless, we shall see. Hello, newcomers, and welcome to the calm before the storm. What is the storm, you might ask? Me! And my mouth, I'm not boring. Well, never mind. I am. Just ignore what I said. So, maybe this live, maybe it's this hour. Is it this hour? People just don't really talk at this hour. People don't type at this hour. People type more at an earlier hour of the day. People type more at a later hour of the night. But at a time you would think that people would engage, they just don't really. Belinda, hello, and welcome. Oh, we potentially have another 2 people that have come in. Well, no, 1. Another 1, possibly 2 people that have come in. Greetings, hello, welcome. Is that Russian? I don't speak Russian. Привет. Привет, that's about... Привет, Coxilla, that's about as far as my Russian speaking skills go. It was probably not very good, but I did try. That means привет in Russian, right? I can't read that. I don't know if you can understand me. I certainly can't understand you. I'm good. I am good. How about you? Bro, why is this water not going hot? Okay, you've lost me. I mean, I can sort of recognize what those words potentially say. Like, I can link them. Oh. If this phone had Google Translate, then I'd be able to translate that, but unfortunately, it doesn't. Unfortunately. Bro, what the heck is going on with this? I would like to be able to speak to you in your language, but unfortunately I cannot. You subscribed to me? Well, I appreciate it. Did you do it just now? I do appreciate your subscription. Oh, that's so hot. That's so hot. You are so hot. I'm just fortunate that at least one person is talking to me. Even though it is not your first language. You are still trying, and that's all that matters. Sorry, I don't know what that says. My apologies, friend. I cannot engage with you more than the 2 words, or 3 words, or 4 words I know in Russian. I love a Ramadan Kareem. You love Ramadan? Oops. Oh, no. Probably can't have it down that low. 'Cause I'm naked. I am naked. There's nothing better than having a clean house, is there? But I'm just going to toss that. Okay, so what is it that you guys would like to discuss? The waters are extremely hot. No, should probably just wash that. Do we have another 3 people in here? Hello, 3 people. Hello. Yo, James. Of course I remember you, bruv. You were the very first streamer. Well, the very first person that jumped onto my stream. You a streamer. Are you a streamer? Do I have a bride? I do not. I don't think anybody would be mentally sane if they were to be in some sort of relation with me. Wait, hang on, what are we saying no to? Let's go. How are ya? I'm good, man. I'm good. My pec is recovering all right. I mean, it's still a little bit sore when I almost ripped it out of the socket, but I can't complain. I had a pretty good nap. Work was fairly easy. I'm easy. What about you? What's going on? Wait, how old are you, James? Did you mention your age the other night? Did I ask you? Why is 25 popping into my head for some reason? I think there was somebody else. I don't know if I asked you for your age the other night. Did you create any music? What's been going on? Bro, that doesn't seem very secure. There's no way. Oh, 17 turning 18. Damn. I'm really getting the young ones on my live streams, eh? There was a kid that was on my live stream today and he's 14 years old. I mean, nothing against the young bloods. Nothing against you at all. It's just interesting that YouTube is forwarding my live streams to you guys. That's good. I mean, I don't have a front light camera, but that's cool. Okay, that's good enough. Oh yeah, that's right, you're Aboriginal, eh? We were talking about Aboriginal stuff. Wait, Aboriginal that was brought up white. Damn young fella. Yeah, he was pretty young, from South Australia. And then there was another dude that was 18 years old today, and he was Torres Strait Islander. The oldest ones have been the women that have been on here. Interesting. So James, do you typically jump onto live streams? And if you do, how long do you usually stay on live streams for? What is it that, okay, for all the people that are watching right now, what is it that you find interesting about other people's live streams? If you watch other people's live streams. This is to all of you. Don't just sit back in the background and not engage with me. You have a bride? Again, friend, no, I do not. I don't have a wife. I do not have a partner either. Do you? Are you a female or a male? He said, no, man. Hey, it's all good. Sometimes people walk away from the live stream and they don't realize that you've already answered the question. And they also speak Russian, so English is not their first language. You got to be patient with the people that are not native speakers, you know? What was the question? So my question to you guys was, do you usually watch other people's live streams? If you do, what is it that keeps you engaged? What is it that keeps you sitting there watching their live streams? Is it where they look? Is it the type of engagement that they have with you guys individually? Maybe it's an interest that you share with them and they're streaming that at that current time. Don't know. What is it? I've found that a lot of people don't actually watch other people's live streams. It started off as live surfing to get my music out there, but I found you and got interested. Ah, so you don't typically sit there on people's live streams. If not, why not? You stay as long as you can on other people's live streams. Yeah, but you'd have to define what you mean when you say you stay there as long as you can. Like, you stay there as long as you can stand the person or can stand the live streams, because what I find is people are very boring. And the way you get hooked is what I do. I just engaging with people, like having a proper conversation, or as proper as it could be, with you guys only having 150 characters to type. I think it's a lot more interesting when you're engaging with everybody. I find it's kind of boring, especially if somebody's talking about something and then you have a question and then they only keep up to date with the most current thing that they raise their eyeballs on, the current comment that they raise their eyeballs up on, and they might have missed maybe 5 or 6 of them. I also feel as though people have a very short attention span, so they kind of don't go in depth about things, which is boring. Stand in what I have to do, like work. What do you do for work? I haven't decided if I should tie my hair up, half up, half down, or just keep my hair up this way and then go out tonight. Now you gotta pop up that aura, eh? Half up, half down is more masculine. Kind of has more of an impact, because people are like, oh, I didn't realize that a dude can look somewhat masculine with half up, half down here. It's cool. It's cool. You're a lifeguard? Dude, that's hilarious. Wait, are Aboriginals good at swimming? For some reason, I just assumed maybe not, because the landmass was so big that you guys probably didn't swim that much. And you wouldn't have encountered water very often. So I don't think that would be something that you guys would naturally gravitate towards. But also retail, which store? What am I looking for? I don't know, I lost it. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? Damn, it's hot. I do. But it doesn't work at a pool. I work at IGA. Nice. Wait, do you live in a desert, but you work as a lifeguard at the pool, and you work as at an IGA? That's hilarious. Wait, whereabouts do you live again? Do you say it? Yeah, Western Australia, eh? You don't have a girlfriend. What type of women are you into? Oh, what is up with my hair though? Tragedy. So town Kalgoorlie, Boulder, is in the edge of the desert and in the woodlands. Oh, that sounds nice, sort of. What's the population there? Is it big? Been in my fridge for ages, and surprisingly it hasn't gone off. Had a little bit of mold in it. Oh, crap. How does matter brown hair culture loves to cook and eat? Hey, James, are you a fatty? Better not be a fatty. It's classed as a city, but not a city, you know? So it's a town. Oh, it's slightly larger than a town. Round here, cultural. What do you mean by cultural? Do you mean just anybody that comes from like a certain ethnic culture, or do you mean Aboriginal culture? Nah, mate, I'm a skinny bloke, 70 kgs. Damn! You skinny as hell. Wait, how tall are you though? Must be all that desert land. I feel as though hot climates, there wouldn't be very many fat people in hot climates, because naturally you just lose weight in the heat. Any culture that you can learn from? Nice, nice. Is there any specific culture that you would prefer? Like what is at the top? In terms of cultural experiences you would like to learn. Hello new people, welcome. Six foot? Damn. Bro, you skinny as hell. 6 foot at 70 kgs. gotta start eating. Eating the puss. I love eating the puss. There's a few, go on. What are they? Aboriginal, New Zealand and Mexican. I don't know why I laughed at the Mexican. You mean South American, not specifically Mexican. Although I don't think Mexicans are classified as South Americans. But Latinas. You eat like a horse. Everybody says they eat like a horse until they come across somebody that eats like a horse and they're like, wow, I didn't even know that was capable of people to be able to eat that way. So anyway, in terms of cultures, well, yeah, Aboriginal would be good for you, right? Because you're not hugely knowledgeable when it comes to Aboriginal practices, if I recall. New Zealand, dude, great choice. Because the New Zealand culture, or at least the Māori culture, is one of the best cultures, without being biased in my opinion, that has ever existed. And that's just basing it off all the other cultures that I know of, past and present. And also the Latinas. I see it. They're very grounded people. They're very humble people. They're very happy people. Loving, accepting. Same vibe, same sort of feeling you get when you're with New Zealanders, for sure. Except it's harder to penetrate their group because they kind of like being and sticking with each other. I guess it's just easier to manage. It's easier for them to be able to communicate with their own. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of them that go for different ethnicities that they're attracted to, or different men that they're attracted to, but it is a lot more difficult to get with the Latinos. Not all Māori are like that though. No, not all Māori are like that, but we're not speaking about Māoris individually. And also, usually if we're talking about something specific, we don't generalize based on the minority. Majority of Māori are like that, but the minority, there's always a small group that doesn't do something. But we don't usually refer to those people because they're not the majority. But we were purely talking about the culture itself, not individual people. What are you, very racist to Pākehā? Yes and no. But it's only because we're battling with them since day one, you know? I mean, based on my own experience, I understand as to the reason why a lot of Māori would, because of how we're treated growing up. Pākehā, it just means white people. White people are Māori. It's not a racist term or anything like that. It's just what we call white people. Do you think New Zealand would be better had the Europeans not come here? I don't think so, because any other colonizer, whether it was China, whether it was the Ottoman Empire, whether it was who else, the Greeks, they're always going to try and erase that population's history to rewrite it and to implement their own. So that's what I suppose the Europeans did once they came over to New Zealand, and we allowed them to come onto our lands. That's a natural progression or regression, however you want to see it, that was going to occur. Having said that, it was probably one of the better groups that we had allowed to, I guess, assimilate with us, because we did get a lot more perks than other cultures that were probably colonized. I mean, there's a reason why. It's because of the battle, right? We did end up winning them. We did end up inviting them onto our lands. So they did view us as a very strong warrior nation. But at the end of the day, I think where the issue lies is that maybe they understood if they put into certain contracts certain terms and conditions that we had never heard of and concepts that we have never heard of, that they were going to gain more than what they were going to give. So I think it was the deceitful nature that was possibly intended that currently puts us into the position that we're in. I think at one point in time it was bound to happen. We were going to come across a nation that was going to try and colonize us. So no, I don't think it was a bad thing at all. It's just that our situation is obviously not a unique one globally. We do, I would say, have better terms and conditions when it comes to the contracts that we had made versus other natives around the world, but still, it's not as good as it probably should be. Do you think today's generation should be held accountable for the actions of their ancestors? I don't think so. It depends. I think it just depends on how they kind of carry out what it is that they're doing. Do I think that, okay, so an example would be, hang on, let me go back a little bit. Same for Aboriginals. Yeah, but Aboriginals were in a far worse position than us over in New Zealand because you guys weren't really fighters at the end of the day. So Aboriginals didn't know how to defend themselves the way that we did. But as far as, hey man, I gotta go practice for Anzac Day. Nice, enjoy. I'll chat to you another time. So an example is during the World War, when we decided to go to war with Hitler, we left our farmlands, and then the New Zealand the government ended up writing legislation for white families to go into those farmlands that we owned as Māori and went in and took them over and just took them from us. And then once we got back, a lot of us were homeless. So do I think people should be facing consequences because what happened in the past? Maybe. I don't know. I would imagine that what Māori would do is we would probably utilize the resources more beneficial for everyone else. Because white people are very selfish, majority of the time. It's their lands and it's nobody else's and no one else can go on it. Whereas a lot of the times the Māori are like, yo, let's just share it all. So it's a hard one. The government doesn't define the actions of the common people. The government is moving further and further from what common people want or need now. But that doesn't necessarily mean that was the case in the past. All I know is that I'm sure that if, as Māori, we were to gain access to those lands, we can be very sympathetic, empathetic, and I'm sure we would probably try and come to a resolution so all of us benefit from it, whites and browns alike, rather than being so individual. But then again, it's all hypothetical. I don't know. I'm just basing it off how I know my people to be. Where can I put this? It's tough. I agree with what you said about the selfish nature of white people. I don't see people by color, I see people by the way that they treat others. Yeah, but more commonly, Europeans are very selfish. They are selfish people. And it's because they didn't grow up with the culture that most brown ethnic cultures grow up in. I mean, it's really odd for me to be in a white setting because it just feels like it's not a warm environment. It's very cold. Whereas when you're amongst other ethnic groups, it feels warm. It feels like you're actually a part of a group. But you'll only understand what I'm meaning if you're also ethnic, that has experienced being in white environments. Also, like, white people funerals, man, they're weird. It's so cold, it's so lonely. Whereas Māori funerals are great, they're fun. Are you in Auckland? No, I live in Sydney. It's because they grew up with the patriarchy as a role model. Yeah, well, it's just not the same. They don't have the same cultural practices. So it doesn't mean the same to them. Which is fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just very different. And that's the reason why I don't think it may necessarily be a bad thing if we ended up taking over the lands that we already had. Because I think what we would do is we would spread it out evenly. NTC Tiger? What does NCT Tiger mean? Hell, Sydney? That's okay. I mean, Australia, it's all right. It's good when you're around ethnic people, but People that were born in Australia, they're very, it feels very individualized. People love to use each other all the time over here, just to get ahead. NCT is an acronym for my middle name and last name, and Thai was my favorite word was to tank. Hilarious. So how old are you? I'm assuming you might be a little bit older than the other dudes that have been jumping onto my live streams. I mean, I only started 3 days ago. I'm kind of playing around with the algorithm. I'm playing around with different times in which I'm going to jump on. 29, cool. That's cool. And what is your name, Mr. NCT Tiger? And what ethnicity are you? I'm guessing why. Nick. Ah, okay. Nicholas, born in Dunedin. Father born in Auckland, mother New Zealand. Okay, cool. Dunedin, eh? And whereabouts are you living now? So your father is a Pom, which makes you half Pom. Give me your opinions on Māori. Be as brutal as you want. It is an honest discussion between you and I. I love Māori, I just hate the fighting. I mean, I'm sure you can sort of understand why. And I'm positive that it is tiring for people to constantly be exposed to that all the time, but it obviously comes from a place of jealousy. We are envious of those that have the resources and access to things that we should have but don't. It is also very difficult to be able to navigate the world if you're not exactly educated. And unfortunately, Māori don't like to educate themselves in the correct way. And what is the end result of those that don't tend to educate themselves? Is that they get angry. And the only way that they can express themselves, if they're not educated enough to express themselves in any other format, is through anger and frustration. So, it's just how it is. I work with a lot of Māori and Islanders and Indians, so I get it. I respect all people until proven otherwise. Well, yeah, I think most cultures have their respectful traits, unless you're Jew. But at the end of the day, individuals are always going to ruin it for the rest of them. It only takes one individual to do something that is going to make you hate the entire nation. You seem educated, especially So with your opinions, well, it's only educated opinions based off what I know, based off what I've learned, and based off what I've lived and experienced as a Maori. Can I talk about any other ethnic group like Latinos or Russians? No, because that's not how I lived. That's not what I lived. So that's why I would only ever comment on my own. Damn it. I'm gonna kill myself. It's because I whacked it and muted it. What a homo. Yeah, I just wish I looked up before I had said what it is that I said. So what I said with what I'm currently doing in terms of work is I work as a forklift driver right now. Temporary, I was doing renovations with my cousin for a while, and then I stopped doing that. So driving forklifts for the time being. I'm currently upskilling because I do work as a professional dancer, typical Maori dancing, right? I wasn't naturally gifted at dancing like most Maori, but I dance predominantly Latin, and so I've been upskilling myself to get more gigs. I could probably do more gigs now, but I also want to start teaching. I could probably teach now. People always bother me to teach classes and stuff because they want to come through, but I just don't feel as though I've paid my dues enough for me to feel comfortable enough to teach. So once I hit a certain skill level that I'm comfortable with, that's when I'll start teaching. But what about you? What is it that you do, Mr. Nick? For some reason, I feel as though you're in the field of psychology. Are you somebody that does like social work? Are you a social worker? Niacinamide. Sí. ¿Cómo estás? Are you a streamer? I teach people how to sharpen knives and also operate a robotic knife sharpening system. Okay, that was way off. That's cool though. It's always better to have sharp knives. It's easier to stab people. So do you have a wife, Mr. Nick? Wife, partner, children? Gone. What do I get the sense that you're a conspiracist? You are, aren't you? Recently I've been watching a crap load of EWU on YouTube, which has helped me understand people a lot better. I've traveled a lot, so I'm good with people. Married last year, no kids yet. Ooh, look at you. EWU? What the hell is that? Absolutely. Didn't get vaccinated. Yeah, that's no surprise. I mean, I didn't either. But I just got the sense that you're probably somebody that looks into random ass stuff. I've been listening a lot to the current politics and what's going on over in America. I don't think it's a bad thing, but we'll soon see how everything unfolds. Shall we? Shouldn't we? I mean, what? Okay, what is it that I'm going to wear? Search it, yeah, but then it means that I have to jump off live stream. I'm also navigating on an iPhone. I don't like iPhones. What am I going to wear? I look deeply into topics. Sadly, I've also been looking into American politics. Yeah, I thought it was a great thing what Donald Trump is doing for America, because naturally it's going to trickle down to the rest of the world, especially with the whole woke movement, because ain't nobody likes puffs. And what topic do you find the most interesting? Also, how long have you been with your wife for? How long have you guys had a relationship for? What ethnicity is she? Did you go for an ethnic? Which ethnic did you go for? How dare you abandon your white roots? Now look, diversity is always good for a stronger bloodline, so if you did, it's probably a good thing. I don't know if you people can tell, but I am a rambler. I ramble nonsense. Bro, what are these jeans? Should I just wear those? Hello. Now, should I wear something more? Classy. Also, props for not getting vaccinated. I'm not anti-vax, just anti being told what to do. Topic I found interesting, the trans topic and physiological effects of division. Physiological effects of division. I'd need an elaboration on that. Also, the reason why I didn't get vaccinated was because I am a firm believer of Darwinism, and I believe that if you die from something like COVID, then your genes are not good enough to be around. Bye-bye. I knew my immunity would be strong enough to be able to withhold whatever effects or whatever symptoms I was going to get if I got COVID. I also felt like there was just something nefarious when it came to COVID. It just didn't seem like something right. I'm curious to know what you mean by the physiological effects of division, though. Setting people up against each other. Do you mean the whole concept of divide and conquer? Divide and conquer, friend. Let me ask you something. How many genders are there? 2. That's it. Just 2. I don't believe in this ridiculous idea that there are more genders than that. I also don't support anything to do with anything else outside of the norm when it comes to sexual orientation and also sexual can't find the word right now. Divide and conquer, stupid. Wait, divide and conquer is stupid, or the opinions that there are more than 2 genders is stupid, or I'm stupid because I don't believe there is more than 2 genders? So many questions off of one word. Most people that are predators, or most people that are homosexuals, or most people that are trans, 9 times out of 10 experience something traumatizing sexually when they were younger, whether it was sexual molestation or whether it's sexual abuse or being raped. So that is a large contributor as to the reasons why people turn out the way that they do. I mean, it doesn't mean that every person that has experienced that is going to turn out to be that way inclined. But as far as I know, the statistics goes, that is majority of the people in terms of percentage within those communities had experience when they were younger. Divide and conquer is stupid. Well, it depends on what your goal is. It's not stupid if you're trying to control the masses. I'm sure, as you know, if I was an evil dictator, I would love to be an evil dictator, but if I was an evil dictator, I think those would be one of the strategies that I would like to implement. And also dependency. I would make sure that people depend on me. Power and control is fuel for the ego and detrimental to the soul. Well, yes, but some of these individuals would be classified as those that don't have souls, right? Those are the people that would be psychopaths. The people that want control of everybody else and everything else. So if you view it from their perspective, if you can, as an individual that feels emotions, then you'll quickly come to realize that whatever actions that they're going to take are not going to be actions that you or I would take. Having said that, I would probably take the same pathways as psychopaths, because I have been labeled many times as one. Would I be doing it from an ego standpoint? Probably not. If I was somebody that was interested in power, then I think I would be successful in being able to capitalize on the things that I've been given from birth. Well, I did work hard for certain things like my physique and potentially my mind. But if I wanted power and status, money, influence, then one of the things, or at least a few of the things that I could do is utilize my appearances, maybe even utilize the tone of my voice. Why? Because these are the things that people always comment on. But unfortunately for me, I am just not ego-driven. That's why I'm broke. That's what EWU, damn, it's gonna confuse me, has been teaching me a lot about psychopaths. Yeah, they're interesting. How old are you? I am 35. Unfortunately, I'm old. And I have been waiting for death for the last 5 years. Explore with us. Okay. Is it a channel? Explore with us has been teaching us. Or is it like a podcast or something? Information is only as good as the people that present it. There's so many subjects that I've come across that I would probably find interesting, but because of the person that's speaking about it, I don't like the tone of their voice, or I don't like the way they're presenting it. Maybe they have an over-the-top personality, and I'm not very good when it comes to people that are over the top. I find it annoying. And so I just get pissed off and not listen to it anymore. It's pretty amazing how extensive they are. They break down cases of mass killers and murderers and general crime. Really? I'm not a huge fan of crime. I find it boring. Says the psychopath. Yeah, but rather than listening to what it is that they were doing, I would rather do it. I was going to say, I'm not really interested in eating human flesh. I am curious to know what human flesh tastes like. If I had an opportunity to eat it, would I? Probably. Just to give it a go. Why not? But would I go out there and kill other people so I could eat their flesh? No, that doesn't particularly interest me. Guess who's back? Hey, oh damn, how the hell do I say your name? I don't think you actually told me how I say your name, right? The female that I thought was a male for like a half an hour. Wait. Yeah, that was you, eh? Tova. Yeah. I've been chatting to quite a few people over the past few days, so I'm just trying to recall the conversations I have been having with people. Wait, how old are you? 25. Tova, where are you from? What am I doing? I'm currently ironing my top so I can get ready to go out. I'm going to try and get some social dancing in tonight. Unfortunately, that also means socializing with people. 37 in July. I definitely didn't ask you what your age was last night. Last night? Yesterday. Yeah, last night. NC2, be me. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Wait, why are you saying hi to Tova? You weren't in here yesterday, were you? Because who the hell are you? And why the hell are you saying hello to her before you're saying hello to me? I mean, I am the host of the live stream, but apparently that means nothing to you people. You three. Yeah, I'm out here. God bless. Yo, Nick, maybe I'll see you another time. You shouldn't answer me what the ethnic background of your wife is. But anyway. Maybe I'll see you on another live stream. Sorry. Oh, my bad. I thought that was your name. I didn't mean any offense. Nah, you're good. I was just playing, bro. It's all good. The algorithm gods will tell, then you are definitely not coming back to my live streams. Because I'm 100% going to be blocked in the next 24 hours, probably. She's European, born in New Zealand, man. I swear New Zealand genetics are far superior than most places, which isn't a surprise. I mean, the colonists that came to New Zealand were the ones that were more genetically superior than the rest of the, say, criminals that were based here in Australia, right? That's why they all look retarded. And there's a lot of beautiful people in New Zealand. Or at least there would be a lot of beautiful people in New Zealand. Okay, we'll say potentially beautiful people over in New Zealand. But the lifestyle of New Zealand is too relaxed. And is not really self-absorbed in terms of imagery and presentation. So everyone's just fat and lazy. Disgusting. Anyway. Oh my goodness. The ramblings of a madman. Just disgusting, 100% disgusting. That's why we've got so many fatties running around in New Zealand. It's like, bro, you've got genetics of almost superior beings, and yet you're running around here, or I should say, rolling around here, because you can't keep your fat mouth closed. Keep your fat mouth closed. I know it's hard. But so was my pee-pee, and I'm gonna ram it into your mouth if you don't keep your fat mouth closed. You're making me laugh so hard. Yeah. Until I say something that offends you. We will see, we shall see. We shall see. Love your shirt. It's a bit fruity, eh? Like, people are probably gonna think that I want it in the bum, but I don't. I want to put it in the bum. I don't want it in my bum. Nah, I ain't into that. I gotta go for like 5 minutes, I'll be back. Yo, I'm broke back. Give me a good look. I don't see too many cute men. Here, we'll see. Broke back on that black. What? Is that the right toe? No. So, Tova. Do you have any husband? Do you have any husband? Do you have a husband? Do you have any children? Where are they? Why are you not attending to these people? Or are you taking a break from them? Or are they taking a break from you? That's good. You're back? Yo. That was quick as. I didn't even think that was 5 minutes. I think you left for like 30 seconds. NC. Yo, what is your name? Where are you from? How old are you? Because 3 of my children aren't with me right now and no husband. Are they with your ex-husband? So tell me what you want. From South Australia. I'm not allowed to say my age, but I run a car page on Instagram with my brother. You're not allowed to say your age? That's a bit odd. But you know what? That's okay. Because I didn't even care anyway. No, into with my ex's, your ex's sister. And my other was with my mother. Wait, what? That seems like a story. Why is all that? South Africa. Oh. Right, yeah, you see, I'm used to people being here in Australia, so when there's somebody that's from America or from South Africa, I just didn't expect it. It is, it's very sad and complicated, sounds it. It sounds very sad and complicated. Maybe not sad, but definitely complicated. Maybe it would be sad if I was an emotional person, but I'm not, so it's just like, meh. Do you own cats? Do I like cars? I like the fact that I can drive a car and get from A to B without walking. That's probably as far as my extent for appreciations for cars go. There are certain cars that I do like, yes. There are certain cars that I would like to own, yes. And how about you? Wait, I don't even know your name. I asked for your name, but if you couldn't even give me your age, I'm assuming that you're probably not going to give me your name either. I'm assuming you're into cars, seeing as you do your brother's page. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're into cars, but it would be a lot easier for you to run a social media page if it was something that you were somewhat passionate about, right? Oh, you look handsome. Thanks. I think you're the only person that probably shares that opinion. You love cars, okay. Any cars specifically? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. I'll throw out the question anyway. I have sat in a Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah. That's not really an interest to me, but that's great. It seems like it's probably something that you enjoy, which is what matters, right? A McLaren, cool. I personally like Aston Martin's DB11, DB12s, pretty much all the DB series really. If we're talking about cars, I love the trucks, the Chevys and the Rams. Oh, I do like those too actually. Very masculine. Makes me feel like a man. Brian, what is up with this part here? It's very much so. You should do a calendar with those cars. Calendar with those cars? What do you mean? Try to just leave my hair like that. Like a model with them. Ain't nobody interested in that. I'm barely interested in that. And if somebody were to purchase it, there'd only be like one or two people that would probably purchase it. Mainly because they're pity purchases, not because they want it, but because they pity the fact that people probably don't want it. Should I do a full bun? Should have just chopped my head off because it looks stupid. Well, the only reason why I can't decide is because every way that I'm trying to put it, it looks bad. I knew I should have styled it beforehand, and it's a little bit too late to do it now because it's too dry. Or it's too close to the time that I'm going to leave. That's why. What about a man bun? Nah. I did pull it up to see what it would look like, but my hair's too fluffy for it to be held down correctly for a bun. Nah, that's good enough. I suppose at the end of the day, it's all about presence. Leave your luscious hair out? No, it's sitting funny. So because it's sitting funny, I'll just have it half up, half down. I knew I should have done something with my hair before. That's my bad. I know how my hair behaves. But I was just being naive. Dumb, really. Then again, I never claimed to be the smartest human being. go out, try and pull some birds, you know. No, that's not really why I go out. I go out to just boogie down, have a bit of a dance. Do you like to have a dance? I do. I do, yes, sir. Am I really going to dance? Yes, I am. There's a Latin thing on tonight, so I'm going to try and do a little bit of salsa. I'll not try. I will do some salsa. I do work as a professional dancer. I'm I suppose what you would call a professional Latin dancer, salsa dancer. Only professional because I do gigs, dancing gigs. So that's not out of the realm of normality for me. Like learning, no. Not learning. Proper dancing. I know I don't have anything like that on my TikToks about me properly dancing, but that's because I just don't film it very often. I should though. I know I should. Damn, this button's gonna rip open. Look at that. Look at that. Stupid. Anyway. That's awesome. Do you know what that is? That's awesome. That's cool. It is A-okay. Town hall. Get some lip balm, keep everything moist. Hope you have a good night. Same. I hope it's good too. But I'm probably going to end this live stream. That way I can get my boogie on. Well, at least make my way down to the train station, and then I'll make my way to the bar. Maybe I might stream some dancing. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. But look handsome and sophisticated. Why, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm not sophisticated. Subpar handsome. But I appreciate the compliment. Anyway, enjoy your guys' nights. And I shall see you guys soon. Bye.